All right, hello and welcome to Estate Media. It's a beautiful moment to be with you today. So, quite a lot of issues have actually developed in the polity, and well, you know what we do right here, we update each other. So, there seems to be tension within the APC, or rather in the Senate. So, there was a situation at plenary today, earlier today, specifically, no, not earlier today, on Wednesday evening. Today's Thursday. On Wednesday evening, Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Senate Leader Bamidele, they were engaged in a shouting bout. Like there was a major confrontation between the both of them. It nearly led to a physical altercation, like a physical boost, like me, ke, na me. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But, the other senators intervened in resolving the matter as quickly as possible, where they obviously had to go on recess. So, sources who spoke to Sahara Reporters, this information was published by Sahara Reporters. Obviously, they have their inner sources. Most of the time, you hear news like this that may not be in some major media outlets. They have their sources. It now depends on the media organization to use their discretion to either release that information or not. But Sahara Reporter is owned by Showore. That one knows that anybody papa, so nobody's paying his bill, so he's not subject to conceal that information whatsoever. So based on his publication, he mentioned that there were disagreements amongst the leadership in the Senate on Wednesday evening, and it tells that there's a visible cracks amongst the top members in the Senate. So what happened was that Senator Ali Ndumi, he criticized the Senate leadership for failing to hold a prior meeting to unify their position before bringing the matter to the floor. So normally these senators, what they do is that if they're going to come to the Senate, right, if they want to pass a bill, if they want to bring up a motion, you would have spoken to the Senate leadership, spoken to some certain persons about it. So when you present it at the Senate, or even the top senators, as the Senate leader, Senate president, when they bring up these issues, they have a unified voice. So it's not like there are discordant tunes amongst them. They support each other. But Ali Ndume said that they are not coordinated. They don't seem together. They seem disorganized. So whenever they want to present issues in the Senate, they should make sure they're coming from a unified perspective, from a unified stance. And it was Ndume's comment that actually ignited long simmering frustrations. All right. Senate leader Bamidele then publicly voiced his displeasure with the Senate President Akpabio's leadership style, which obviously made a lot of Nigerians, when they heard this information, that could it be what Natasha Akpoti is saying about Akpabio is true? Does this validate all what she has been saying against Godswill Akpabio? So he said, I am frustrated as Senate leader working under Senate President Akpabio. And he is accusing Akpabio that he does not hold leadership meetings. He doesn't consult with anyone. He is autocratic. In fact, he is contemplating resigning as Senate leader. Now, you'll recall that Natasha Akpoti had also accused Senator Godswill Akpabio of the same autocratic stance. He doesn't consult. He does what he likes, and nobody questions his decision. Nobody questions what he does. Now, recall that during the Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's situation in the Senate, Bamidele backed Godswill Akpabio's position as a leader, supported him all through that entire process. So how come this is happening now? So Akpabio, who was angry at Senator Bamidele's remarks, fired back sharply, and then he said, "Sit down. You cannot speak while I am speaking. I am in charge here." This was him yelling at Senator Bamidele. He says, I have served as commissioner, two-term governor, Senate minority leader, powerful minister. I know the Senate rules and leadership more than you, so sit down. Basically, that was how the verbal fistcuff came about. And so while tempers were flaring, both men appeared ready to confront each other physically before other senators quickly intervened to de-escalate the situation and restore order. However, for now, no official statement has been issued as of the time of this report being found. So what does this mean? Senators who are meant to be in the Senate talking about how they could pass bills that will help economic enabling environment, how to enable ordinary Nigerians. Small businesses are closing up. Educational institutions are being debilitated because infrastructure within these establishments are literally very poor. There is no accommodation in most of these institutions. Some of the students cannot pay their fees, and they're relying on NEL fund and upkeep from the federal government, which doesn't even come in as quick as they want. There is insecurity. Agriculture too is lacking behind. Most people who want to go into the farming business are afraid to go into it because of insecurity, and those who are into it are not really making profit. Food is so expensive. Domestic household items that used to be so affordable can no longer be affordable. Homes are partitioning themselves. These are serious endemic issues. There is accommodation crisis, especially in urban areas and cities where people naturally migrate to have better job opportunities, and the senators are not considering that. Now, we heard about the fact that the refineries may be sold, and they said they were going to investigate it. ANEC has brought up a reform bill, like about 100 reforms in terms of fortifying the electoral act, but they're not considering that. A lot of issues that they're meant to attend to, but all they're doing is politicking, looking after their interests, cleaning up and brushing off their egos, and it's quite discouraging. It is really discouraging. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said just yesterday, after they finished from the national executive meeting in Aso Rock, told Nyesom Wike to please give him a property in Abuja that he wants to build a beautiful APC secretariat, an edifice, very beautiful, prominent, beautiful, fantastic APC secretariat. That's what he wants to do. That's basically what he asked them to do, that he wants to build that secretariat. Now, that's not the only thing the president actually asked them to do. The president also told the ADC and the PDP that they are free to join a party that is stable and organized, that, you cannot be in a coalition of confusion and be in a sinking ship of the opposition and expect that, well, we're welcoming you. That was a slight actually at the opposition. Again, this is president politicking, while there are serious issues that the president is meant to pay immediate attention to. It's now left for Nigerians to decide what they want as 2027 approaches. Would you say because he's my tribesman, so I'm going to support him? Or are you going to look at his competency? Are you going to look at an opportunity whereby how do you see your future in the next 4 years with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as your president? And if you think he's capable, why don't you call his attention to very particular issues that he ought to pay attention to, issues of interest, issues of national interest, issues that he should prioritize in his administration. Nigerians, I would implore you to wake up, wake up from your slumber. If you are sleeping, wake up. Don't be doing my brother, my sister, my brother, my sister. When your brother is doing wrong, call him to order. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he's not the president of the Southwest alone. He's not the president of the North or the Northeast or the North Central. He's not the president of the Southeast. He's the president of all the regions in the federal that makes up the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The president recently gave some nominations, like some appointments, and there was no Southeasterner. All right, so we don't know what that means, but please, federal character should be actually encouraged. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to eschew what it is to be presidential. Bye for now.